Arnold Schwarzenegger could intimidate anyone.
What did you say, Lou? What did you say?
I'm training, Arnold. You gotta get a good pump.
You made too much noise.
He could stare you down, out-talk you, outgrow you. He made champions feel small before they even stepped on stage. But there was one man who never reacted, and that silence bothered him more than any rival ever did. In 1968, Arnold lost. Not to a monster, not to a giant, to a man who weighed under 190 pounds. Frank Zane. He didn't just beat Arnold that night. He stood on the same stage as Sergio Oliva, the Myth, and Lou Ferrigno. And he defeated them too. 3 giants, one man under 190 pounds. That wasn't luck. That was precision overpowering mass. He didn't flex aggressively backstage. He didn't shout. He didn't try to overpower the room. He simply stood there, balanced, composed, certain. And that certainty is harder to break than muscle. Arnold believed in dominance. 5 or 6 heavy meals a day. Eggs, bacon, steak, whole milk constantly. 5,000 calories, sometimes more. He believed size would silence doubt. Zane believed something different. Around 3,000 calories. Measured portions. Oatmeal in the morning. Lean chicken or fish. Rice in controlled amounts. Vegetables carefully balanced. He wasn't trying to overwhelm his body. He was trying to perfect it. Frank Zane had a degree in chemistry. He treated bodybuilding like science. He tracked digestion, manipulated sodium before competition, adjusted carbohydrates with precision, visualized poses before sleep. While others trained harder, Zane trained smarter. He wasn't chasing mass. He was chasing proportion. His waist measured around 29 inches on stage. 29. At the highest level of bodybuilding. His vacuum pose looked almost unreal. His shoulders framed his torso perfectly. Every line connected. Nothing looked forced. Nothing looked accidental. He didn't intimidate the audience. He hypnotized them. From 1977 to 1979, Frank Zane won 3 Mr. Olympia titles, under 190 pounds. Think about that in today's context. Modern open competitors outweigh that by over 80 pounds. But during Zane's reign, beauty still mattered. Judges rewarded balance, rewarded symmetry, rewarded control. For 3 years, bodybuilding was art, not chaos. Art. And this is what unsettled Arnold. Because you can fight aggression, you can fight size, but you cannot fight balance. You cannot outshout proportion. You cannot intimidate perfection. Zane didn't need to respond to Arnold's mind games. He forced Arnold to adapt instead. That shift changed everything. If you respect physiques that require discipline instead of destruction, subscribe to Barbell Fuel, because we don't just talk about size here. We break down the minds that built it. Now watch what happened next. Then came 1980, a serious pool accident. Zane suffered internal damage, lost muscle, lost fullness. Still stepped on the Olympia stage. That same year, Arnold made his controversial comeback. He won. But something deeper had already begun to change. The sport was getting bigger, hungrier, less patient. Soon, Dorian Yates would arrive. Then, Ronnie Coleman. Calories would climb past 6,000, then 7, then more. Waists would expand. Mass would explode. The era of refinement would fade. Zane's physique became a memory of restraint, a reminder of control. But decades later, something strange happened. Ask any serious bodybuilding fan to describe the perfect physique. They don't describe the biggest one. They describe balance. They describe symmetry. They describe a small waist. They describe Frank Zane. He proved something that still challenges the sport today. You do not need to be the largest man in the room. You need to be the most complete. He engineered his body when others attacked theirs. He refined when others rushed. He stayed composed when others performed dominance. And that composure is what made him dangerous. Arnold built an empire through force. Zane built a legacy through precision. And even though the sport moved toward monsters, toward 300-pound physiques, toward extreme bulking and extreme size, Zane's blueprint never disappeared. It just became harder to achieve, because balance takes discipline, and discipline is harder than eating more. Frank Zane didn't need to intimidate Arnold. He didn't need to roar. He didn't need to be massive. He stood under the lights and let proportions speak. And for a brief moment in history, that was enough. So here's the question. Has bodybuilding evolved beyond Zane? Or did it lose something when silence stopped winning? Tell me your era. And if you respect balance as much as dominance, subscribe to Barbell Fuel, because the next story might challenge the myth again.